Hi, everyone. Welcome to my bathroom. Hi, my name is Lauren, and I am the Mirror Hero. Tonight, I wanted to start off strong and highlight some true je ne sais quoi products that I use in my winter skincare routine. And they have been passed down to me by my very good family friend, Izzy. Now, why do I consider Izzy's word to be gospel when it comes to nighttime skincare routines? Well, that's because Izzy is 93 years old, and I'm going to put it up here, no wrinkles. I'll even put a picture of her above. She actually loves this one. But she was actually my great-grandmother's best friend, has served as a loved one, a confidant, a mentor to all of our family for many generations. And so for 60 years, Izzy has actually looked exactly the same. And so I want to start my skincare routine off by doing a few of my own products, but then highlighting those little je ne sais quoi moments that Izzy, I know, would love and love to tell you about. So first and foremost, I'm going in with my Remedy lip balm because nobody wants parched lips and nobody wants to watch me talk with parched lips. Okay, so now that that's taken care of, I'm going to go in with the Mad About Skin light chemical peel gel. So it's an exfoliant, but it helps to brighten and even out skin tone. And I just need a little bit of help. You only use it maybe twice a week if you're feeling lucky. And I always make sure, to put it where I have just, light discoloration or hyperpigmentation. And the instructions say to leave it on the skin, and before you put on any serums or actives, just wait about 5 minutes. And I thought I'd take those 5 minutes to tell you a little bit about Izzy and what she considers to be those hero products, those products that have that je ne sais quoi that she just loves and she's been doing forever, every single night. So a lot of the products that Izzy uses, she can't tell you why it works. She just knows that she's been doing it every night for almost all of her life. That's 9 decades worth of skincare and the same routine every night, but they're her tried and trues, and she swears by them. So every time Izzy can't really explain why she looks the way that she does or, why she has such incredible skin, she's like, I can't really explain it. She just has this je ne sais quoi. And so that is my goal for when I'm older. I just want to have a je ne sais quoi and be able to float through the world, as Izzy does. But Izzy definitely attributes her age-defying skincare to her nighttime routine. Every night she goes in with a hot washcloth, but since I shower at night, I actually just got out of my shower, and so I kind of have that equivalent, nice hydrated face, but we're going to double down on that. And we're going to use the Prequel half and half. Just give like 3 or 4 little drops. And so this is perfect for the nighttime because it really just sets the tone for hydrated and plump skin. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to get a little towel so that way I can wipe my hands. And then I always like to put a serum underneath my eyes because my under eyes tend to dry out at a much faster rate than the rest of my face. And then I like to go in with the Guerlain Double R serum. And I don't know if you can see, but it's a biphase. So it's got 2 chambers filled with 2 different types of serum. And it smells absolutely heavenly. And so I like to kind of layer the skincare on, but Izzy is more of a one and done. So she attributes her incredible anti-aging, age-defying skin to basically slugging every single night. She has a jar of Vaseline that's the size of her head. And she first puts the hot compress over her face and then just shellacks from top to bottom. And it has helped her skin stay supple and young for her entire life. So I don't necessarily use Vaseline, but I do use this Celamax Dual Barrier Skin Wearable Cream. And it's for sensitive and dry skin, but honestly, I use it because it has such a unique texture, and I'm gonna try and show it to you on camera. But it's this almost a combination, like if a gel and a cream had a baby, and it just feels so silky and it glides over my skin. But I think the best part about it is that when I've had like a heavy duty night the previous night and I've used either too many actives or I've gone a little too extra or a little too overboard with the tretinoin, then I use the Celamax the next day and it just soothes and calms my skin. And I've actually asked Izzy to try this and she agreed that it actually also has a chef's kiss je ne sais quoi element about it. And so the fact that she gave it her Benjamin Button seal of approval, I think that's a real tribute to the uniqueness and the special quality of this lotion. But it's not an expensive lotion. You can get it on Amazon. I'll put the link below. It's just such a cool face lotion because it just soothes and gets rid of the redness. And anytime my face just gets a little too angry and it kind of matches my pajama. But one thing she also stands behind 100% is finding the perfect signature scent. And she's where I get my love of perfume from. She absolutely loves fragrances, and she will always be on that eternal search, her holy grail. Smell of all senses actually has the strongest connection to memory. I think it epitomizes her love for all things that have that je ne sais quoi element, and that's what makes fragrances and scents so unique. And I think when you're 93, memory to you is everything. For example, for me, I could be halfway across the world in a random city on a random street, and if I walk by someone and I get a whiff of Guerlain's Shalimar perfume. Now, my mother wore that for almost all of my life. And so as soon as I get a whiff of that, the connection that I have, it's that fragrance, that scent, that unique scent is imprinted on my brain. And I whip around so fast because it just makes me think immediately of my mother. And I just have that connection to her in my mind. Because when I smell that fragrance, it's just a part of my memory. So when Izzy and I search for these signature scents of ours, we want to find a scent that doesn't necessarily bring back memories for us, but we want to find such a beautiful scent that it becomes a core memory for someone else, right? So every time a person smells that fragrance, hopefully, even just that fleeting scent, it brings back wonderful memories for them of us, of the times that we had spent together. We want to find a scent that is so unique and so beautiful that it would become a core memory, an imprint of us in someone else's mind, in someone else's memory. And when they're out in the world, we want them to think of us when they get that fleeting scent as they pass someone by in the street. So when I first moved here to San Francisco, Izzy had come to visit me at 93. I know, she took a plane all by herself. But she came to visit, and the first thing she wanted to do was for us to go to the Neiman Marcus in San Francisco and find our new signature scents. And so that's what we did. And we actually went straight to the Guerlain counter because, I tend to gravitate toward Guerlain just because of my mother who always wore Shalimar. And so we went to the counter and we were introduced to Angie, who was such a lovely woman, and she helped us both find unique and different signature scents for us to take home with us. And so while Izzy found the tobacco honey to be it was like a grandma's hug. That's what it smells like. It was so beautiful. And I decided to choose Queer Beluga, and I really didn't expect to love it as much as I did, but it's Queer Beluga from Guerlain, And it's a vanilla and white suede combination, but it's just so velvety and light. But it packs a punch, so you have to be delicate with it. But the reason why I'm talking about our signature scents is because I actually choose to wear perfume at night. And going back to when I was speaking about how closely smell is connected to memory, I actually love wearing this scent at night because it reminds me of Izzy's visit to San Francisco, and I will always cherish those moments that I have with her because it just makes me smile every time I get, a little waft of this at night. But like I said, it does pack a punch, so you have to be very delicate with it. And I just put one spray each on my wrist, and that's it. No more. So thank you so much for joining me today. To all the mirror heroes out there, I hope you had an incredible day. But if you didn't, remember, tomorrow we're going to show up for ourselves, we're going to have our own backs, and we will be ready to take on the day. Thank you so much again. I love you. Take care.
That's right. And tomorrow will be a better day. So to all the mirror heroes out there, thank you so much for watching our little channel. And we are wishing you a super good night. Bye.